there is about 3 hours worth of content, and I promise there's no fluff in here. So y'all ready to get started?
Let's do it.
Cool. So the first thing I want to say, as we already know, marketing in the business-to-business space is not easy. What's funny is marketing in the business-to-consumer space, there actually is an easy button. In B2C, we're a business-consumer where you're like, you're selling products maybe, or services to individuals, not businesses. You like create a wonderful video, you have a good offer, you run ads, you get leads. Like that's literally how it works in B2C. It's amazing. B2B doesn't work like that. Like, I wish it did. There is no easy button in the B2B business-to-business MSP space. So then we have to ask ourselves, then why the hell are we in this space? Like, if it's that hard to grow in this type of space, like why are we doing it? You guys are probably gonna have your own answers for this, but as a marketer, my answer is the lifetime value of an MSP client is insanely high. If you take the gross profit of a client that you have and you multiply it by how long that client is gonna be with us, that's the gross profit of the client. Most of your clients, they're gonna be with you for a long time, right? If a gross profit on a client's $1,000 and they're with us for 10 years, quick math on that's like $140,000 of a lifetime value of the client if we're just talking about the managed services agreement. That's not even talking about projects, upsells, referrals, they're gonna give you none of that. That's literally just like, what is the lifetime value of this one client? $140,000. That's an insane lifetime value. So we can spend a lot of money to acquire that person. So oftentimes in the marketing world, we're trying to look at like, what is the lifetime value of the potential client? And then like, what is the cost to acquire that client? So if we can get a 10-to-1, that means we can spend $12,000 to acquire a client that's $120,000, and we're in best in class. For everybody, does that make sense? Oh, yeah. All right, perfect. Let's keep going. When it comes to marketing in the B2B space, marketing in general, there's like this equation that we have to figure out, and it depends on where you are as a company, and we'll get into that. But marketing is either a lot of time, it's a lot of money, or it's kind of a combination of both. So if you don't have money, that doesn't mean you can't market. It just means that we have to move the equation up to time. And if we're losing less time because the marketing's working, great, we can kind of move things down to the money. A quick example, my background, I started as a marketing intern at a company called Alltech Services in Lakeland, Florida. And we were about $700K when I started. I was a marketing intern. I got my master's in healthcare administration, started working in healthcare, absolutely hated it. So my father-in-law was like, do you want to like post on my social media? So that was literally like how I got a job. I was just like, sure, like whatever. I knew nothing about marketing, nothing about the MSP space. Then we started marketing. First year was really rough, gotta be honest. Like I super sucked the first year. But then we started kind of hitting the flywheel because I started figuring out. And it's over the course of 6 years, we added 4 million in annual recurring revenue, which when I look back, that doesn't seem that impressive. But it is also like, you know, like 800K that we've added every year for 6 years. So that's pretty cool. Like that's pretty good. But because I understand this equation, because I had a solid framework at MSP Camp, we're probably gonna hit that number in half the time. And we're still B2B, right? So we should be able to get that number. And I'm not saying we're 2 million now, or we're coming up on 2 million. I'm gonna say we're gonna add 4 more in easily less than 3 years. So like what took Alltech significantly longer is gonna take me half or even less than that because of what we're gonna go over today. And that's what I wanna give you guys, is like, how do we cut that time from, I wanna add 4 million in 6 years, that's good, but like, how do we do that in 3? With all that in mind and understanding that we're probably at different marketing maturities here in the room, we're gonna break this down based on marketing maturity on spend. And why are we doing it that way? Because again, Alltech is now a $5 million company. I spend 3 times as much as they do on marketing, and I'm a $2 million company. So if I did it based on revenue or profit, well, that wouldn't kind of put us in the same baseline. But if we do it based on spend, then we're all probably in the same place. If we're in different buckets of spend, we're probably at the same level of like maturity of marketing. We're gonna cover the primary tactics that work in each category of spend, and then we're gonna have an exercise for each of those categories. I guess before we get going, who here spends on a monthly basis between $0 to $1,000 a month? Okay, all right, great, 0 to 1,000. So I'm half your spend, Paco? All right, cool. Who spends between $1,000 to $3,000 a month? Okay, Jay, nice. Who spends between $3,000 to $5,000 a month? Okay, cool, Ivan. All right, who spends $5,000 to $10,000 a month? Perfect, so that's kind of what I was expecting. I mean, that's very normal because oftentimes, especially in the B2B space, it's hard. So a lot of us have not seen a direct ROI on marketing, so it's hard to put more money into marketing when we haven't had an ROI on it, right? But Ivan, you've had an ROI on marketing, I'm assuming.
I have.
Yeah, and so you're willing to spend more.
Yes.
Exactly. And so that's what we want to get to. We want to say, hey, you know what? It's totally 100% fine if we're $0 to $1,000 a month. Completely fine. Our goal is how do we spend that in a wise way to where we get a return on it And now we're willing to go up to the next bucket. That's exactly what we did at Alltech. We didn't just start going, you know what, we're going to start marketing. We're going to spend $6,000 a month because there's going to be an ROI out of that. It's not what happens. We got to kind of master each baby step. Cool. Y'all with me? Thank you. One guy's with me. Anybody else with me? Yeah. All right. Thank you. You know what? I'm about to give away my first gift card. Hold on. $100, Josh. There you go. All right, cool. I would assume we've all gotten some type of lead from marketing in this room. So it's like, leads are good, but it's like, okay, I can directly equate X number of MRR. And again, we want to talk about like gross profits. Maybe like 60% of that is what I can give back to like my marketing budget. You'll notice as I go through this that I'm not going to talk about AI. Why? It's because we're going to go over like the foundational things, and we're not going to choose a lot of them. And so what happens is like, okay, I'm going to do these 3 things. Great. You're going to find the best way to do it for you. And 100% everything we're going to cover today, AI can be applied to it. AI is a wonderful tool. I use it daily. Who here does not use AI on a daily basis? Okay, 2 of you, right? Because we all use it all the time. Like, we're constantly using it now. If you're not using it, like, tighten up. No, I'm just kidding. It's an incredible tool. And so like when we find the tactics we're going to do within our marketing, we go, oh, okay, I can see how AI can be applied to this, or I see this new tool that can help me do this thing more easily. So instead of like getting you guys in the weeds of like what specific tools, as you figure out what you're going to do, which we're going to figure out in this workshop, you then will start applying it on your own, just to kind of save us maximum time and get maximum benefit out of this. We've been doing a lot of CRM audits for clients recently, and I'll get into some people's CRMs, and it's like, looks like a spider web. It's like lead comes in, 50,000 things happen, 100 additional things happen, close client. And I'm like, did you get any closed clients out of this stupid CRM? Like, did this automation work? And they're like, no. I'm like, then it's CRM porn. Like, who are you showing this to? It's like, no, just like set up a weekly email drip and then like lead score it. And if they get to a certain lead, then like get it to your salesperson. We don't need to overcomplicate this. And that's why there's no silver bullets either. But I'm hoping that I'm going to be presenting this in a way that will make marketing your MSP simpler, easier to digest, and the most important thing is sustainable, something that we're going to just keep doing. Every marketing presentation, foundation of marketing, everybody starts with who are you targeting? And we're going to start there again today. Why? Because we hear it all the time and we still get it wrong all the time. We have to know who we're targeting, and it cannot be businesses between 10 and 250 users. It can't. Like if that's your target market, then you're not going to succeed in marketing. I'm just going to say that right now. Let me give a really good example of this by somebody that's in the room. Paco. Paco was on my podcast recently, and he has a highly defined target market that he's been going after, right? He's not saying how many computers. He's saying, I have a niche of the Hispanic community within Chicago. Now that is how you have a marketing persona, right? You can go to their events. You can speak their language, probably literally in this situation. So you have to have a defined target. Now, I get it.
So our primary industry we focus on is construction. We have aligned ourselves with trade associations that are primarily in the Hispanic sector for construction. So that's where we've been able to find a great penetration. Also, we replicated the same process with the legal industry. We handle a lot of employment lawyers as kind of our industry, but we partner with the Hispanic Lawyers of Illinois Association for that specific industry, and that's where we found our success in.
That's incredible.
Wow. So for us, Tara, we do better when we are at events.
Cool.
So we were just at a golf outing, and we sponsored a hole. We gave a basket away with some really expensive bourbon so they can do old fashions. So I spent $150 on a nice bottle of bourbon. I don't know what it was, but I can get fucked up on it. And we raffled that off. So everybody put their tickets in. That's how we got our leads. And I had an FTA yesterday.
Beautiful. That's another great example. So 2 things on that, and that's part of that's going to be covered in this. Like 1, look at Paco's. Not only is he in a niche, he's in a niche of a niche, right? Like, why do I only serve MSPs? Like, I'm a marketing company, we only do MSPs because it's a niche. Like my podcast, No Fluff MSP Marketing. Literally every episode has MSP in it because I don't want audience outside of the MSP space. Like that is how you know exactly who you're targeting. I was also in MSP, so it makes it easier. Like I'm targeting me. That's the easiest type of marketing you could possibly do. I just need to talk to myself. So that's a great example for Paco. A great example for Ivan is he's saying, look, what I'm finding is my people congregate at the golf course. They congregate at events. So let me just go there. Let me meet them where they are. And let me talk their language. So even if we can't get super specific on like a vertical, which I get, there are some risks to going vertical specific. I'm not saying it's all you should 100% go vertical, but you at least need to go geographically. If you can't go vertical, at least go geographic. I don't want to just be healthcare. I don't want to just be whatever, but I do need to just be an area. Does anybody disagree with that? Okay, cool. All right, well, y'all might be further along than I thought, because when I started marketing, my whole thing was I'm going to take clients from anywhere in Florida. We're in Lakeland, Florida. That was the dumbest thing I could have done. That was so dumb. I'm like, I'm going to take my no marketing budget and I'm going to spread it across the state. Didn't work at all. And so I'm like, you know what? Wait a minute. We have like a pretty good sized city. Like I thought the TAM wasn't big enough in Lakeland. I was like, no, there's only like 800 businesses. It's like, can you handle 800 businesses? No. Okay, then the TAM's fine. Like by the time I left, we only had like 170 clients and we were a $5 million company. You don't need many. So it's like, great, well, let's just use our not so big marketing budget and let's just like focus in an area and that'll be our niche. Because yeah, we took clients in all different verticals. So that's how we can kind of say, okay, we don't want to be vertical specific. We have to at least be size specific. All right. And then we need to understand exactly who we're targeting. Who is this person? Like literally, do they golf? Like, does this person golf? Great, we need to know that. We need to know that. Do they like podcasts? Do they like YouTubes? Do they read the newspaper? Is that still a thing? Right? What do they do? We need to know this person in and out. All right. So I got a lot of pet peeves with how this industry approaches talking to prospects. It's not that I'm mad at anybody. It's just that it's stupid. Let me explain what I mean. No one cares about dark web monitoring. I'm sorry. No one cares about it. They're going to care when they're a client and you're their consultant, like, and they trust you to come up with, what the WISP is and make sure you are following the NIST standards, all that. They're going to care at that point. But I'm talking about we're trying to take someone that doesn't know who we are and get them interested in us. We're not going to do that with dark web scanning, I promise. So how are we going to get their attention? We start with what's called pain points. What are their actual pain points? And I'm giving this to you guys so you guys can just see, like, these are the actual pain points if we're talking managed IT services. We do one for every service. We do the one for every industry. If you focus on a particular industry, what I recommend is actually just interviewing your clients. We do 3 interviews per client in every industry to understand what their true pain points are. But you have to start here, because if you start here, your whole marketing will be easier and everybody will care more about your marketing. So what are they? They are unhappy with the response time from their current provider. That's a true pain point. And even though every MSP in the world says fast response, is like, how fast? Everybody says fast response. That doesn't mean anything. If you can say 10 minutes, now you got somebody's attention. Instant response, now you definitely have somebody's attention, right? Because that's a pain point. I have an MSP now. It's all tech. It would have kind of messed up if I went to a different MSP. I'm a busy business owner. I've got employees. I got shit going on. If I can't get them working within an hour, I'm literally losing money. I'm actually losing money. And it's stressing me out. They had an event occur, such as prolonged downtime or ransomware. They're outgrowing their current break fix or one-man show. That one, I do feel bad. I took a lot of business from one-man shows when I was at Alltech. I just did, because it was a pain point. They're like, yeah, I called this time. They don't answer. Or like, they say they're going to fix this thing, and then they don't. Because they don't have a team, it's just them. I'm not trying to pick on any one-man shows, but if you're a one-man show, you need to try and get out of there as fast as you can humanly get out of the one-man show world. MSPs that are one-man show or have a whale, that would keep me up all night. I have a client that 70% of the revenue is one client. Nope. So marketing can solve these. Unresolved or extended issues. And, oh man, I heard this one a lot. Finger pointing, right? A true pain point. They want their shit solved. You're saying it's a copier company. You're saying it's ISP. A real MSP is going to go, I got this issue. I'm going to get it solved. And they solve it. Technician amnesia. Every time we called, man, AI should solve this like next month. Every time, I mean, seriously, like what year is it? Like every time we call, the technician doesn't know that this issue already happened with 3 other users and like it keeps happening again. Technician amnesia. That's a real problem. All right, cool. I won't go through all of these, but my point is, our marketing should talk about nothing except their actual pain points. That's it. It doesn't matter what vendor is pitching you on why they should care about this, this, and that. Don't listen to them. Because vendors trying to sell you a product. They're saying, hey, your customers, oh my God, the number of times. Are we sick of hearing vendors say that this tool is going to make you more money? Okay, right? I'm surprised not every hand isn't, because it's like every vendor wants us to run their stupid campaign that all talks about their product, which is not going to work because it's not a true pain point. I would get MDF funds. And to get MDF funds, market development funds from vendors, they'd pay me like $5,000 because I wanted to run a campaign. They would literally say in the stipulation, like, you got to make sure you mention our product. You want me to talk about Sonic Wall on my marketing campaign? They don't know what that is. They don't care what that is. Like, I sell Sonic Wall to every client I have. Why do I have to name your product? If I get a client, I'm going to sell Sonic Wall. What are we doing here? So you got to focus on true pain points, things they actually care about. So literally, sometimes what we'll do is we'll do funny things like this piece right here, technology pain points bingo. We literally send the prospect a bingo card with all of those pain points on that document I just showed you. They recognize all of them. And then we go, congrats, you won. It's like, oh wait, that's not good. We literally just address the pain points. It's like, yeah, I know you are feeling this pain, and I'm talking your language right now, and I'm doing it in a creative way. That's how we do marketing, not sending another postcard about dark web scanning. I go so hard on this that we literally created a video.
G19, slow response to IT issues.
Ooh, got that one.
Oh, I got it too. Yeah, they like never call me back.
Same.
It's so slow.
G11, finger pointing instead of finding a lasting solution.
Ooh, bingo.
Oh, nice.
Congratulations, you literally have the worst IT provider supporting your business. Here's your dumb little trophy.
Cheap prices cost you more than you think. Stop winning at technology pain points bingo. Start winning with an IT provider that uses technology to propel your business forward. Reach out today for a better price.
If we know where our people congregate, if they're there, then marketing will work.